Okay, I caught this fish after I got off the boat. This is what I'm jigging with right here. That's gonna be my jig. I gotta stop and fill up gas first, and then let's see if we catch anything. I'm gonna be casting towards the walls when I get out there. So since I'm by myself, I know I gotta get gas. I'm not using this one at all. So this, I actually just go ahead and put them in really good in between the cushions, because you don't want those coming out and wrapping around your propeller, and then you're stuck out there. All right, I know I gotta go get gas first, so I actually tied my buoys on the side I know I'm gonna pull into the gas dock. And so this is a good pull to have. You lock it in place, and then you could hold your boat in place. But this is for kind of coming in by yourself. You kind of let the steering wheel go. This extends out like 40 feet, and you could grab whatever you need to grab to pull your boat in. So it's easier to come in by yourself with one of those poles. And when I untie myself, I actually hold both lines. I hold both lines so I can keep the boat in before I step in the boat. I got a video on that too. You're supposed to have the double S on there. Now these right here, I do leave tied on, but I tuck them in my seats, because this right here, if you have this and you're not noticing in the wind and it flies out, it's gonna get wrapped around your propeller, and then you're really stuck out there. So these, make sure you either take them off or you have them tucked in somewhere really good. So you see, I got the boat right here by me, and then I can put these in the boat and step on the boat. It's not a windy day, so I don't have much to worry about, but this right here I am bringing in. Make sure you got your lines in, because like I said, these right here is what will get you stuck in the water if it wraps around your propeller. I'm leaving them where I can grab them, because I gotta stop at the fuel dock. Now this is my Garmin Echo maps. You see it says 17 feet. It's split screen. Half is the fish finder. I use it more for the depth. That's why I keep it a split screen, because it tells you where the pipelines are, where the water intakes are, and the different depths. So it gives you a lot of good waypoints and markers. I'm coming out the marina now. You see the boat and exactly the depth of the water that we're in. There's a depth. There's the temperature of the water is 69 degrees. I'm going to 3.75 miles an hour. I got 14 volts in my battery, and it's 11:24 a.m. That is really worth having. All right, going out on Lake Michigan by myself. Fish finder, channel 16. That's the Coast Guard. Life jacket. Ropes are tucked in there. So here we go. And also my wife knows exactly where I'll be fishing at today. Going about 20 miles an hour. I'm in about 25 feet of water. I'm kind of leaning back. I really don't like going too fast in the boat, especially when it starts wave hopping. I hate wave hopping, but so far I haven't made it even in 2 minutes, and I'm almost at the opening to the Calumet River. And you see these waves we're hitting? We are actually within the break wall still, so imagine if you're outside the break wall. That point over there is kind of where I'm going for. And if I get 5 casts in before the weather changes, I'll be so happy today. "25 feet of water. There's all the lines, the wave lines. And if you get lost going out, you got your track right there. All you have to do is come in reverse and follow that, and that'll get you right back in. Now, one thing when you're on the water like this, if you feel the boat going sideways, you're getting hit by the waves by one side. It might take you longer to get in or out, but you go directly or like a little bit degrees into the waves, and don't sit in between the waves. It's easier to go kind of on an angle over the waves or come in on an angle with the waves. But to try to stay in between the waves, like the waves are going out that way now. They were coming in towards me, but now they shifted while we're on the water. There's the break wall right there. That's why when I bought my boat, I thought, man, I'm just gonna launch at Cal Park, Illinois, because it has the break wall right there and it's easier to launch. One easier thing than that is just leaving it in the marina and launching it one time, and you know what days you can come out and what days you can't come out. One thing that I do want to get on the boat is a better weather thermometer. If I put it on top of the ski tower or something like that, that's really what I want. It's predicted to only have 1 foot waves today, but you really can't tell until you get out the water. At the marina, it's dry and stagnant, and then you get on the water and man, you see the wind. Granted, I'm going 20 miles an hour, but the waves have changed from when I left to the marina till I got to right here. And if you got a little boat, don't get too close to that break wall if it's crowded. If it's crowded on the water and you're really close to the break wall, now I got these fender bumpers that are tied off right now, but if you get to that break wall and you don't have any fender bumpers, man, when these big boats pass you by, they'll throw you into that break wall. So you always got to make sure that you got a distance around you, because when the other boats pass you by and they throw off those waves do grow bigger and you can get thrown off somewhere. Also, I got to keep an eye on the water. I'm just realizing right now, because a couple days ago when me and my wife were out, there was huge tree branches in the water.
100th Street, the branch.
See, channel 16. That's the there's the Coast Guard station. There's the mouth of it right there to go in.
Looking for a lift, please.
There's in the break wall where the ships come in through right there. There's a little boat over there, so when I get closer and a sailboat, I'll slow down. There's Cal Park, and there's Cal Park boat launches right there. So this is one thing, see all those break walls? They stop Lake Michigan's waves before we get in, and it's well worth it. You see the shallow water that I'm in though. Look at it, I didn't even pay attention. 17 foot, 18 foot, 14 feet of water. So the water right here, I'm up Cal Park. That's see, that says 14 feet, it's 22 feet I'm actually in. That's the transducer right there. This is what's plotted in the chart, but that's the transducer right there. So believe it or not, I went faster on the boat when I was leaning on looking at that. Another thing with these boats, don't just automatically stop really fast, because I got a swim platform and all the water would just shoot right up on the swim platform. My goal today was to get to the mouth of the river, and this is where I'm at right here, towards the mouth of the river. Now I see another boat out there. What I don't want to do is I don't want to make a big ripple for that boat, so I am going to slow down. 5:45, leaving the Hammond Marina, get into the mouth of the river, and we're traveling at about 21 miles an hour. They got a flag up over there, so they might be diving. We just got off plane. You see how you get off plane and your boat just really slows down. When you get, when you get on plane, because your boat feels like it's traveling across oil when you're on plane. Like now you hear the motors kind of sounding like it's struggling a little bit, but which is not. It's just the water underneath that's trying to get through. But I didn't want to create the waves for those guys over there. But I got to get back up to plane, otherwise it'll take us forever to get to that mount. They could have that flag up on their boat for the wind. To see where the wind's coming from. In Whiting, Indiana, Hammond over here, we got to watch out, because See, you see the boat's getting up to plane by itself. When it gets up to plane, man, it starts to fly. Now, you see it start to open up where the ship canal goes in. Starts to open up. 25 feet, 20 feet, that's where the ship canal goes in right there. Right now we're in 17, 18 feet where you're in the green.
Radio check is loud and clear, Captain.
7 minutes. And the reason why I'm slowing down is because there's a fishing boat right there. And I don't want to create big waves for that fishing boat, so that's why I'm slowing down right here. Still trying to get to the mouth of the river. If I see any barges, I'll get out the way, but if I don't see any barges, I'm just gonna try to fish in the mouth over there, because that's the deeper part. Look, there's 30 feet. So that's where I want to kind of fish in the 27, 30 feet area. And the reason why it's so deep right there is because that's where the barges go. The barges go all the way from here. They make it all the way around the river to the Ford plant and to all the businesses around there. So he's right in the cusp, 21 feet, about where he's at. So I know this was 8 minutes and we weren't completely on plane going fast. So give myself 10 minutes. They say on boat to get to downtown from the Hammond Marina, you could kind of look at about 30-35 minute ride on a little boat like this. Now we're going to the deeper water, if you can see right there. There's 32, 33, 34, but there's also a break wall that comes out right there. So of course you don't want to hit that break wall either. So I'm going to get to this line right here, about 32 feet, and I'm going to shut the motor down, but I'm not going to shut the motor off, and I'm going to jig in that little area right there. I'm going to start slowing down to see what's around over here, because you get a better of what's underneath you. See, you don't know if that's a school of fish or you don't know if that's weeds, but we're gonna try to fish it.
Nice day as well.
Neutral, so nothing, I'm in neutral now, so nothing is stuck in my prop. Okay, the waves are all right. I'm gonna try to stand you up. We'll see what happens. I don't have this to set to mark to anything. I normally just let it go to the bottom and then I jig it. Right now I put a Berkeley minnow jig on, that same jig head, and it's swimming about maybe 30 feet behind the boat. Hitting some stuff, marking some stuff, but don't know if it's a 5 foot right there, a 5 foot. So we're getting out the 5 foot, and there's the Calumet Harbor right there. Straight ahead is the Calumet Harbor. So we're going in and I'm going to be casting along the sides of the walls, but I got the bumpers on this side, so I know that's where I'm going to be go in, turn around, and come back this way and have to be closer to the walls with the bumpers, because the bumpers are set up on this side. So there are fish there, but I don't know if we're marking or what, but just because it's showing fish doesn't mean you're going to catch fish. All right, we're in the mouth of the harbor, 37 feet. We're marking some fish. The slowest I get the bayliner to go is 2.7 miles an hour at it's not even a trawling speed. It's faster than a trawling speed, although in the ocean some people trawl at 15 miles an hour. I got a minnow jig on there, but only a 3-inch minnow jig right here. But I got to maintain steering, because when you go into the mouth of the harbor, you're getting to some shallow places here. So I'm maintaining my steering and I'm watching my pole line right here. So the only way I'll turn you back on is if I actually hit something. If not, this is just barge made it to 92nd Street Bridge. So that bridge right there is going to start going up, because that's where the barge is at now. A lot of this is 31 feet. All those ripples, I don't know if they're fish or not, but I'm trying to get to a safe spot before the barge comes through, which there's a little inlet right here. So I'm going to go to that little inlet right there before the barge comes through. Look at all these markings on this inlet right there. The bridge is going up now. Look at all these markings right here. So either way, when I get in right there, I'll stop over there. I got the bumpers. I'm gonna put the bumpers out right now. Bridge is going all the way up. With my luck, that's where the barge is gonna park at, right? So I'm actually trawling, but it's fast. It's 4 miles an hour. You should be about 2 miles an hour in this little area. So my lure is probably just bouncing all over there. But I'm just trying to get into the mouth over here before the barge comes. And there's a lot of stuff floating in the water over there. So, and I'm trying to stay out of the really shallow stuff. Oh, that's a sailboat coming through. Look at that. I'm getting out of here. You know why I'm getting? For one, that's a sailboat coming through, but for two, that is a ton of debris in there. Oh my God, there is so much wood and sticks and debris and everything in there. So I'm actually getting out of there, but they opened up for a sailboat. And I'm in the river now, and there's a ton of debris, just branches and sticks and everything floating in that river. So I'm actually leaving out of the river right now because that was too much. All right, I'm ending off this day because the sun's coming in. I mean, the smog's coming in with a dipsy diver. This is what a dipsy diver looks like right there. And I just got a minnow jig at the end of my dipsy diver. And it sways back and forth. Going too fast. It's going too fast if it's going in a circle. But it just goes back and forth with your lure behind it. Let me see if I can slow it down some. It goes back and forth with your lure behind it. So I could put a longer where the lure is further behind it, but that's the shine that gets the attention, and then the diver is all the way behind it, and then as far down as you let it go is as far down. I mean, as more I'll let you go, as far down it's gonna go. But you see, I got the lead on the top of the dipsy diver is how I got it here. So, but there's some fog coming in. I don't know if that's rain, so I'm gonna head in now. See, this is where a lot of people get boats. See over there, they're just relaxing, swimming off the back of their boat. They're actually docked almost by the beach, but that's by Wahala Beach. But they're docked and they're swimming off the back of their boat with their pads, so they don't gotta look for a place on the beach. They're close to the beach, closest can be legally. And they got the swim pad on the back of their boat, and they're swimming at the beach, and there's lifeguards there. So it's kind of your own place away from home, you know. But look at this beach over here. The only person on this beach is the lifeguard. Oh, that's the best guy they could get. But that's all Wahala Beach over there. So I'm about to get ready to go in myself, check my gas before I pull in. I came to see what the smog was over here, and that's all it was smog. Sometimes if you see stuff in the distance, it's rain. There was a couple rain clouds, so I came out here to check what the smog was, and that's all it was smog. There's some paddle boarding over there. It's pay to park over there. But all the way at that furthest beach by the Horseshoe Casino, nobody was on that beach over there. Okay, let's go in. Talk to you later, sister. Alright, I hate to use cell phone video, but look at my hair. These are the rocks I'm fishing right here. With a 3-inch minnow jig, I'm out of juice in my GoPro. And I'm actually coming to the rocks, just jigging normally, coming to the rocks. But when I get over the rocks, I don't right away pull it in. I kind of go over the rocks and down into the little crevices, because that's actually where I hit. I got 3 hits and pulled 1 in. So let me see if I catch anything else, but I'm sorry, I'm out of my GoPro battery. Another little guy. I don't know if we can see it. Ah, get in the sun. Another little guy right here. Off the rocks. I'm telling you, they hide all in between the rocks. Look, something hitched a ride home with me. I could have used it as bait.